Dear beautiful people, recently when I was sitting in meditation at night, I had a wonderful telepathic conversation with a being that had deep wisdom. The appearance that being took was the one of Lady Justice or Justitia. Like in the Greek mythology, the lady holding the scale, blindfolded, and the sword in the other hand. And this being spoke to me about time. She said, Julian, it's about time that you change your understanding of time. And she said, what you're seeing right now in the world is the reoccurring of the karma of Atlantis. It's the energy of Atlantis, the memory of it resurfacing. And she said, in order to understand it, to move away from a linear understanding of time, from a A to B to C to D understanding of time, but a multidimensional understanding of time, she spoke to me in terms of cycles. So what she said, if we would have two disks, let's say we have two disks, and those disks would have holes on their edges. We would rotate those disks. Now every hole represents a powerful event in time. Like in this case, the fall of Atlantis. Now the cycle in which Atlantis existed ended. And now another cycle is ending, and of course with the ending of one cycle, another cycle begins. So she said the cycles are basically stacked over each other like disks. And every cycle builds on each other. So then, when on one disk, on the edge, is the event of Atlantis, and now we have another disk. Now when those turn, in those little holes that are, as an imagination, as an event, there are holes drilled in those disks. When the holes overlap, one reality starts sieving into another reality. Because the cycles are interconnected. This is not a literal translation of the energy, it's a metaphorical translation of the energy. So of course, Atlantis is not falling again, but something that is a metaphorical representation of that energy, for example, the Western world, is dying to be reborn. The end of a cycle is a death process that will turn up into a new cycle and become a renewal. But it's a very helpful understanding to think this, what is déjà vu? I spoke to you before about what déjà vu is, and I said déjà vu is past life memory. So then you come to a multidimensional understanding of you. If you are in a critical decision-making moment in life, and it feels very familiar, it's because you made a similar decision in the past, or you were in a similar situation. So if on your personal time disk there is an event in a cycle that you're participating in, and a similar event is occurring right now, this is overlapping, now the disks are turning, the cycles are turning, now those points are overlapping, and the energy of the past starts sieving into the present moment, and it's manifesting again in a different appearance, but carries pretty much the same energy. Now when you understand this, then you understand that this creates opportunity for answering differently to similar energies that maybe in the past we responded to in an unconscious way. We gave an unconscious response and therefore created karma. Now Lady Justice is holding up the scale. This is the balance keeping. That's karma. It's the balancing of the energies. Energy needs to be balanced out in the universe. So you get in cycles opportunities individually and collectively to rebalance the energy. So it will re-manifest. That's why people are so confused nowadays. You know, when they wrote how they would oppose Third Reich, how they would oppose fascism, and when fascism is not wearing a swastika on the let's say on the uniform, when fascism doesn't have a mustache, it goes by undetected, but the energy is the same because they look for appearances. They don't look for the energy. So in a way, before Atlantis was going down, there was plenty of denial. No, the system is going to survive. The system is going to be fine. Nothing's going to happen. Even a lot of mystics were talking like this. Mystics who are, even at this time, speaking about it in the same way. They're in utter denial of what they don't want to face. But the cycles keep repeating and keep repeating until we choose differently. But that doesn't mean that you're trapped in the collective karma. The individual karma can go past the collective karma. You can transcend the collective reality, so to speak. Yeah, and this is what the path of yoga would lead to, is transcending limitation, transcending limited dimensions, limited understanding, transcending ignorance. So when you understand that we're now in the energy of Atlantis, a lot of things will make sense. And I know sometimes when I speak about something, I cannot offer you right now, let's say, a visual or visualization of what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, try to imagine two discs with holes on the edges stacked on top of each other. When you turn them, the holes might or might not overlap. When they overlap, a portal is open between realities through which energy that is structured in a certain way, which is memory, can re-manifest itself. And this is what we're experiencing right now. So, to make choices is very important, but these are internal choices of how to create reality and how to relate to the universe. And those who acted towards the universe from a sense of separation, it means from a state of ego, they of course had to experience the downfall. But many mystics who know that Atlantis was going down, they went to Egypt, they went to South America, they went to Tibet, they went to many different places, some went to India, and they kept their knowledge and rebuilt culture, created colonies basically, because they knew that they had to preserve the knowledge. Contemplate about that, my friends. Be well.